SAO Season 3 Alicization. I swear I'm not crying. So what's up guys, Foxen here. Oh yes, SAO returns with a bang. First episode already had me in tears. Just like for Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia, these videos will be spoiler free. So nothing past the episode, no light novel stuff. Anyway, it's showtime, let's get started. At the start of this episode, you're introduced to this new VR world, along with a few new faces. First off, you have young Eugeo, which is Kirito's best buddy. From this episode, he kind of reminded me of Armin from Attack on Titan. Eugeo hesitates and worries pretty often. I mean, Eugeo was even having nightmares and sweating balls after Alice's adventure into the dark territory. And it seems Eugeo needs the more wild Kirito to push him into doing things. As for the new blonde, the young Alice, already such an amazing cook at such a young age. I guess gotta give Asuna some competition for Kirito's stomach. From this first episode, Alice seems a bit shy or modest. In a way, Alice is a little similar to Kirito. Alice is not exactly looking for shortcuts, but she will bend interpretation of certain rules to benefit their group. Early on, you find out that she's studying the world's sacred magic, although right now it looks like she could only do basic stuff at this point. Of course, the name Alice is in the title arc, and her connection with Underworld keeps on getting brought up a lot later, so you know she's gonna be super important. As for a returning figure, young Kirito. Or is this really Kirito? Compared to Eugeo, Kirito seems to be this risk-taker who prefers to find shortcuts in life. On top of this, young Kirito seems to like acting first and then asking questions later. At this point in time, young Kirito and Eugeo are apprentices. They are trying to chop down that tree, but at this rate they're gonna take 900 years to cut it down. Screw it, better not waste your life on that. Next up, let's talk about this new VR world, Underworld. So far, I gotta say I'm enjoying this new world. It's a place rich with color, in some areas anyway. From this first episode, you can see that VR and the UI prompts are fully integrated into the lives of this world's people. A good example is that S gesture done to examine the status of Alice's goods, or that big ass tree by Kirito. You learn that magic does exist in this world from the sacred arts, which is demonstrated and studied by Alice. On top of this, I'm loving the little additional details, such as the weather being all of a sudden different when entering that ice cave. As for the time period, it mentions the year 372. However, based on the area, their clothing, and technology available, it really reminds me of some medieval area. Although let's not forget, they do have magic and other fun fantasy stuff mixed in. Despite this, they're still worrying about their food suddenly spoiling. Oh, and let's not forget, they do have their own Axion Church. You could just imagine the Axion Fallers being as crazy as Aqua Fallers. And then of course, like I mentioned, this world is mixed in with fantasy world elements, including monsters like orcs and dragons. As for the Axion Church, almost everything surrounding this Axion Church right now is a complete mystery. One thing that is clear is that the Axion Church has a strong pull in Underworld. Doesn't matter where you are, break a rule, then suddenly they're gonna be sure to be on your ass about it. Connected with this church are the Integrity Knights and the Taboo Index. You did get a taste of what their Integrity Knights are capable of, which is taking out dragons, perhaps without any problems. Keep in mind that Alice even mentioned about how their legendary hero was only able to run away from this dragon. Just makes you wonder how strong these knights are. And perhaps due to the Axion Church's power, or these knights as an extension of it, even Alice's freaking father didn't hesitate to chain his daughter up. Then, you have this mysterious Taboo Index that restricts and binds this world's people. Oh, so many mysteries right off the bat. I'm actually thinking about doing a whole video explaining this Underworld, along with the Axion Church and Integrity Knights. By the way, did you notice that blue rose sword they found? Aw, just a little too heavy for Kirito and Eugeo right now. I do wish that Kirito or Alice had done that S gesture to check the status requirements. Next up, that amazing GGO anime scene. It was just some delicious fan service to the extreme, and I freaking loved every moment of it. You had Liz with the shotgun, GGO Sinon back kicking some ass, and the adorable fun Silica with that minigun. Even Klein got in on the action without looking too goofy. And then the best moment, the dual team up of Asuna and Kirito lightsaber action. Oh yes, Kirito-chan returns again. And for GGO Asuna, I'm just loving the red and white design of her outfit. And my god, could it be? Is Asuna even better with that lightsaber than Kirito? Liking the nice touch of her using it like her SAO weapon. Also, you got GGO Asuna putting her hair up. Come on, they have to make this Asuna GGO figure with the lightsaber. I'd pre-order that on day one. Talking about this GGO scene, did you notice that cameo? You have two of the girls from the recent Fatal Bullet game. So I'm just wondering, was this just a fun Easter egg, or are these two now canon in SAO? If so, please, how about introducing some other game characters, like Rain or Seven? I mean, they even explicitly mention one of the characters in that list. Oh, and Sinon is number 2 here. Next up, let's talk about Kirito's part-time job. And no, it's not selling butte. You see Kirito waking up in tears. Here, notice the cameras in the room. Talk about no privacy. Notably, Kirito working is affecting his weight. But of course, it's more likely that it's connected to diving into Underworld itself. It's so bad that both Asuna and Sinon noticed it. Oh yes, and I do have to bring up Asuna's heart monitor. I kinda wish they didn't use this. I could just imagine SAO haters and parodies running with this. Even freaking Sinon joked about it being an anti-cheating device. Anyway, delving into the juicy details. You got the Soul Translator being introduced as this new VR technology developed by Rath that created the Underworld. Kirito goes in and brings up the potential dangers. The first red flag right here is not recalling anything. I don't know about you, but if I was knocked out for 3 days and I couldn't recall a thing, I'd be extremely concerned. Although specifically, this isn't about memory loss at all, but instead memory blockage by the Floodlight. This whole discussion about the Floodlight then develops into talking about the human soul. The Soul Translator literally writes memories into your very being. Hence, the opposite should be true as well, memory blockage. The whole concept of this is actually pretty scary if you think about it. Although do notice, this memory blockage doesn't seem to be perfect. Kirito actually starts to recall things when the name Alice is brought up. Of course, Asuna brings up her concerns about Kirito's health. Kirito, on the other hand, is that oh so curious cat. Kirito has already gone way too far down the rabbit hole. Naturally, he has this thirst to see further VR developments. I see this being a very natural progression. After all, Kirito was the one that released the World Seed, which really added to and revived this VR craze. Then, potentially a second red flag is how Kirito experienced a longer time in the Underworld compared to real life, supposedly similar to a dream. I gotta admit, this is potentially scary to think about, but at the same time, it's also very intriguing. Imagine if this could be possible one day. Even more interesting is Kirito's description of the Soul Translator, which feels like an extension of Kayaba's work. In other words, creating this new reality for individuals to fully immerse themselves in. But anyway, getting back into actual reality in this world, you have Kirito wanting to go to America. And Kirito is going away but wants Asuna to come along. And who didn't love seeing these two kiss again? Time to make this marriage official. Although you might have to wait for the final SAO arc for that, I bet. Anyway, now for that ending. Say hi to Johnny. So the laughing coffin corpse appears again with the final member of real life. And come on Kirito, your silly ass actually trying to reach for your sword. He then doubles down with that sword stance. And then that oh so painful moment that followed. I did love seeing Kirito push Asuna out of the way. Unfortunately, there's no random tag to stop the poison this time. The only strange part about this is that it looked like Johnny Black passed out from getting stabbed from that umbrella. Either way, goddamn with that cliffhanger. As for some little fun moments throughout this episode, I did like that scene when the trio got lost. It was then followed by Kirito and Eugeo pointing in opposite directions. Both adorable and funny. A second fun little moment was when Asuna and Sinon logged out. They left Kirito's ass behind. As for some extra little details I appreciated, it was nice getting that callback from Shinon's finger gun gesture. Slowly, she's been able to move forward. And then you had Asuna refer to Sinon as Sinonon. These two have become really close buddies in the games. Now, Asuna's nickname for her has made its way into the anime. Next up, I do have to talk about SAO Season 3's animation. You know I got a chance to see this on the big screen for the world premiere. And let me just say that animation that's low quality or lesser quality really stands out in these theater showings. Two really good recent examples includes the third Code Geass recap movie, or some scenes in the Digimon Tri movies. Just goes to show some anime series shouldn't be shown on the big screen. That being said, I did mention how SAO Alicization Episode 1 had quality on the level of the SAO Ordinal Scale movie. It looked freaking gorgeous. In fact, it's some of the best animation I've seen from 2018 anime series. However, now that it's officially out worldwide, I was really looking for anything that looked off for my second viewing. To be perfectly honest, didn't catch anything that looked off or low quality. So fingers crossed that this high quality animation continues for 50 plus episodes. As for a few standout scenes from this first episode, first is that battle between the Integrity Knight and the Dark Territory Soldier. You really got a taste of this potential threat and opponents in this world. A second notable scene is the whole Alice falling scene. It was pretty subtle, but you could really feel the weight of the situation. Then bam, slowly you see the fingertips ever so slightly touching the other side. You know there's trouble coming. Another is Alice dropping her basket of ice. It's followed by the ice quickly melting, which is really a parallel to her dire situation at hand. Then, of course, the standout moment is the whole GGO battle scene. It really was just this adrenaline-filled moment. The best part here for me was seeing Asana GGO just wielding that lightsaber. I definitely had to check that out frame by frame. Next up, as for the opening for Alicization beginning. Yeah, they did it again. They managed to get me in tears one final time before the episode was over. Right now, I'm thinking about doing a whole video just on the opening alone. There's so much rich, juicy details here. One thing that really stood out for me was Asuna on that water platform. A nice surprise was the inclusion of Yuna from the Ordinal Scale movie. Of course, for the actual opening song, Lisa is back. I've slowly become a huge Lisa fan from Crossing Field and Catch the Moment. I mean, I listen to those songs so much. As for this new song, already liking it from the start too. Slowly, I'm sure that'll blossom into a deeper connection soon enough. Keep in mind this is 4 cores, meaning you're gonna get 4 openings. Eri is coming back to do the ending, by the way. That should be in the next episode. I could see Eri or Asuna's voice actors doing one of the future openings too. By the way, really quickly, let me mention weekly reviews. This does mean a full year of SAO Alicization videos for me every week. That is, if they don't take a break. Right now I'm thinking about doing changes videos for SAO Season 3 too. It really depends on whether Attack on Titan Season 3 is taking a break. Either way, I do plan to have more upcoming SAO content on top of my weekly breakdowns. Another thing worth mentioning is that Japan is doing so much promotion and merch releases right now for Season 3. I'll be including more of this stuff in next week's video. But anyway, more importantly, let me hear from you now. Question of the day. How much did you love this first episode for SAO Season 3? What was that one standout moment for you? And what do you think is going to happen to Kirito there at the end? Anyway, if you love SAO, smash that thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, I put up 5+ anime videos here every week. That now includes my weekly SAO videos. By the way, Attack on Titan Season 3 is back this weekend. Video on the latest episode is coming up. So hit bell notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.